welcome. You're watching Money9. I'm Sakshi, Batra, and this is Last Take, a show where we recap for you the entire market's trading action of the day, as well as we share with you what were the factors that really moved the markets today and what will be the factors to watch out for in the coming week as well. Let's quickly start off with the market wrap of the day. When you actually see, the markets have actually had a very weak day of trade, the last trading day of this week, but the first trading session of the March series has begun on an extremely weak note. You can actually see a market crash which have not been seen, a biggest one-day fall that has not been seen in the last 9 months for sure, one of the steepest declines since the March fall that we had in 2020. So that is why it is very important to understand what really move the markets. But for that, you can actually look at these key points. The Sensex has slipped about 2,000 points at close. Intraday, it also slipped over 2,100 points. Nifty has slipped over 500 points in the trade today. There were no Nifty gainers or Sensex gainers in today's trading session. So the broad-based sell-off was seen all across in markets today. And over 5 lakh crore rupees of market cap of the BSE listed companies has been erased in just a single day. So it's been a day which all the investors and traders would like to forget for sure. Let's move on to understand how are the benchmark indices placed. So 49,099, that was the level of the Sensex at close, 1939 points loss. That's an over 3.8% decline. So for sure, a breather on the front is that 49,000 was protected on the downside. Similarly, 14,500 was protected on the Nifty, as in when it closed, almost 4% drop for this index as well, 568 point of a loss. The Nifty Bank has definitely been the biggest underperformer, losing almost 5% in trade. Now you can actually see 35,000 also been breached on the downside. We've lost 37,000 in just the last 3 days, 36,000, and now 35,000 has also been given up. 34,803. That's the level at which the Nifty Bank has shut shop. Talking about the broader markets now, you can actually see about 1.75% of a loss for the mid-cap index. The small-cap index has also slipped short by 0.8% as well. Now, as far as the sectoral movers are concerned, it is all red, a sea of red that you can actually see. Sharpest of the cuts were seen in the private banking space, in PSU banking space, also the financial space as well, losing 5%. The financial services have lost 5% in trade just today. So that's the that's the space that where it has hit the most or hurt the most in today's trading session, the banks and the financials. Apart from this, you look at the auto index, that's lost quite a bit of ground in today's trading session, down over 3% as well. और इसके अलावा अगर आप देखेंगे तो आईटी, मीडिया और साथ ही मेटल इंडाइसेस, इन सभी में करीब 3% तक की वीकनेस दिखी है. फार्मा में 2% तक के आसपास की वीकनेस दिखी और सिमिलर तौर पर रॉयल्टी इंडेक्स में भी 2% तक के आसपास की वीकनेस हमें ज़रूर यहाँ पर देखने को मिली है. ऑल अक्रॉस काफ़ी हैवी सेल ऑफ आज के सेशन में हमें देखने को मिला है. आज निफ्टी और सेंसेक्स पर तो कोई गेनर्स नहीं हैं, लेकिन निफ्टी के लूजर्स देख लेते हैं. ओएनजीसी पे अगर आप देखेंगे तो सबसे ज़्यादा गिरावट देखने को मिली है. वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट लूजर्स ऑफ द निफ्टी इंडेक्स टुडे, 6.5% लॉस देयर. एमएनएम हैज लॉस्ट ग्राउंड ऑफ अबाउट 6.5% टू. Also when you look at stocks like Power Grid, which have been in the run-ups in the last few trading sessions, today it has lost about 6.5% too. Now JSW Steel and Hero MotoCorp, these are the two stocks that have also lost over 6% in today's trading session too. Moving on to understand what were the factors that actually pulled the markets lower or behind the market crash that we saw today. Of course, it's the rising US bond yields that first impacted the US markets overnight, the Asian markets in early trade, and then the Indian markets for sure. So this sudden surprise move on the upside for US bond yields has not augured well for the domestic markets at all. Definitely, it was the weak global cues that followed, and then, of course, the Syria airstrike that US has done on Thursday that again dented the sentiments globally as far as the stock markets are concerned. So there has been a global political tensions, or the geopolitical tensions have also dented the sentiments of the markets and investors. Now, heavy sell-off was also seen in banks, financials, and heavyweight like Reliance Industries that pulled down the markets today. Of course, there's also a caution ahead of the Q3 GDP numbers that are likely to come out this evening at 5:30 p.m. So we'll just have to wait for that one to see if that has any good surprises, positive surprises for us to share about on Monday's trading session as well. Now, moving on to the new listing that has happened today, this is a definitely noteworthy stock because Railtel Corporation, it listed today on a day when the markets have really underperformed. We've not seen this kind of a single day's downward move in the last 9 months, but it has still defied the kind of gravity that we have seen today, and has listed in almost like it got listed at 16% premium to its issue price of 94 rupees. It also closed 28% higher at 120 rupees over the issue price of 94. So strong move over there despite the overall negative sentiment of the markets as well. So we'll just have to wait and see, how much sentiment gets moved on in the following week as well. So that's a stock to watch out for in the next week too. Moving on to the factors to watch out for over the weekend and over the next week as well. Of course, the GDP data numbers will come out and the impact will be seen on the markets on Monday. MTAR Tech IPO will also get launched next week, so keep an eye out on the primary space as well. Hiranba IPO's listing will also happen next week. And of course, on the 1st of March, we'll have auto sales, which will give us a clear picture of the on-ground movement and improvement as far as the demand is concerned for the economy and for the auto sales, which are considered to be a major factor as far as indications of the global economy or in Indian economy improving its sentiments as well. So all of these factors will be very key to watch out for. For now, we wrap up this show, but a whole lot will come up on the other side on the personal finances front as well. So stay tuned with us on Money9.